The company I founded about 5 years ago was the developer of this building. And I want to try and speak... Thank you. Thank you. I want to speak quickly about how this building relates to bigger global issues and back to real opportunities here for the city of Ottawa. So this building, I could go on for days on the headaches and stories behind it, but we'll leave that to 2 minutes of the outcome, which this building was recently awarded a LEED Platinum certification. So LEED is... LEED is a green building rating system, for those of you who don't know. LEED Platinum is the highest you can get. There's only 3 other LEED Platinum multi-residential buildings in the world, and the other 2 were buildings we did in Victoria and Calgary. So the thing about that is people think about a green building and they think, well, energy efficiency and all that sorts of things. So yes, this building is about 50% more energy efficient than a typical building, about 50% more water efficient than a typical building, but more importantly, this building creates a healthy environment. We spend 90% of our time in buildings, and there's people living in this building that couldn't live in any other building because of the indoor air quality and all those sorts of issues, which is becoming a much stronger focus as far as the buildings and the environmental issues related to that. And in the States, for example, that's been tied to studies that show that there could be benefits to the economy of up to $250 billion just by focusing on creating a healthier indoor air and natural lighting environment. And that doesn't relate to just air quality, but productivity, faster healing. Studies in schools have been phenomenal as far as the ability to accelerate learning by just having a better built environment. So it's a huge area and has a huge impact. The challenge is that although buildings represent such a hard, so arguably buildings represent, as a sector, one of the largest contributors to greenhouse gas emissions, and also one of the greatest opportunities to make a significant impact, but unlike any other industry, make that impact and do it profitably. That's the great thing. Studies have been done by McKinsey Consulting and the International Panel on Climate Change and Center for Environmental Cooperation. Time and time again, they all say our greatest opportunity, and Obama's government has started really pushing behind this, our biggest opportunity is to start looking at our built environment and changing it and making it something that can not only get our carbon emissions down, but make a much more productive society. The sad part is that our building footprints have increased in greenhouse gas emissions by 35% since 1990. So we're going in the total wrong direction right now on this. The other thing with buildings is they interweave the fabric of our community. So forget about the green elements of this building, for example. The interlacing of a nice, great facility like this as a community arts theater with residences above arguably has transformed this community in many positive ways. And in all our developments in Dockside Green in Victoria and our projects Aquavento in Calgary, we've intertwined affordable housing and other elements into the development to create a better fabric. And so beyond the environmental aspects, the importance of the built environment in creating the fabric of our communities is something that is increasingly becoming more understood and will play greater emphasis as we move forward. We're blessed here in Ottawa, although we wouldn't know it, and because there's very few of them anywhere, with 2 of the leading building and research labs in the country and one of only a few in North America. So we have at NRC quite an extensive building and research lab. We have with Natural Resources Canada out off Tim Drive, a bunch of great facilities there. Very little connectivity at the moment with, sort of taking that and private sector and sort of broader program connectivity and all those sorts of things, but that presents a real opportunity. And then the third thing is we have the federal government here in Ottawa who have a whole building stock, building inventory, which they know over the next 5 to 10 years, they need to move out, retrofit them, reposition them. And if those buildings don't get retrofitted to be shining examples of green and sustainable buildings, I mean, we've lost our greatest opportunity. And in Ottawa, the federal government is the largest tenant of all our commercial buildings. They represent the one place where examples should be shown and where examples should be driven. And that opportunity, similar to how we saw Nortel grow from, sort of a federal initiative into a ground swelling thing, we're in the exact same position here where we have the research facilities, we have the talent pool, and we have the market to create an industry and a groundswell of companies off that, which could position Ottawa to be a leading place in North America for this expertise, and could lead to, you know, a whole broader initiative to letting us achieve those goals. So my passion is to see that happen, and is to drive that, and hope that in the next 10 to 15 years we can be talking about the success of that here in Ottawa. Thank you very much.